So I was reading this interview you did with Variety where you said that Jim and Tammy Faye Baker were like the first reality show couple. I'm wondering if you can elaborate on what you sort of meant by that.
Well, I think there's a moment in the film where it's the Jim and Tammy show, and it's kind of early in their career, and Tammy tells Jim for the first time that she's pregnant and they're going to have a baby.
Mhm.
And it happens to be live on air. That's her move. And I
Mhm.
don't feel that that was that kind of thing had really started to happen. You like those very private moments, that those sacred moments that people share in that sacred space being broadcast live for the rest of the world to share. That wasn't really a thing yet. And there's in the moment Jim is unsure about how to react, because it's like there's an affront. It's like he's in public mode, and then there's suddenly a private thing that's happening, and there's a confusion of, there's like a short wiring, like how do I deal with this in this, I'm so happy but also slightly self-conscious that maybe I would have liked to have, is it okay that we've done this in front of a, I guess it is okay, they seem to love it, they seem happy for us, are they our maybe we're all family. So suddenly it becomes this strange boundaryless life and personal, private and public reality, performative reality. Suddenly the lines just get obliterated,
Mhm.
and and I think the world has never been the same since then.
Yeah. Or the more sort of our life that we share, like the more people like us, the more people let us in, the more people think they're part of our family and might want to give us money.
That's also true. And also, I think there's an element of, you know, it creates, it's another kind of step towards, if it's not photographed, it didn't happen.
Mhm.
Um, and if it's not, shared with millions of people or hundreds of people or 50 people, it didn't happen. Or it's not worthy of anything. It's not, it doesn't matter. And I think that obviously is a pervasive idea now that we're all caught in. Um, and also the different, like, we all have a kind of public persona, and we have to in order to move through the world. Apart from people who don't, who are usually ostracized because of being too raw or honest or whatever.
Mhm.
Whether you know, so I think the blurring of the line between persona and inner self, and it doesn't serve us in a way, in certain ways. And obviously there was a real pressure and difficulty that Jim and Tammy went through, where not only the great parts of their personal life, but also the more shadowy, kind of darker parts had to come out too. If you're going to play that game, if you're going to make that deal with the devil, then, so to speak, then you can't keep the parts you want hidden. You, once you let the cameras in, the cameras are just there.